Hello traders, it's me Krasimir Panayotov and we are back in the YouTube channel creating this beautiful forex analysis, preparing for the next week and giving some tips to the beginners in the trading. So the main forex pair is the EURUSD and we are starting with it. As you can see well on the chart, we are in a downtrend, and as I have mentioned in the previous analysis, if the price respects this trend line and area of resistance, we're going to test these previous lows, and this is what happened this week. We're continuing the downtrend. Now what we can expect the next week is or a pullback to the resistance area. The broken support is now resistance for the price, and we can see another push to the downside, probably to the next support area. In this area we can see well on these previous two lows. If the price breaks the trend line, then we can move back to this previous resistance and only then see some pullback to the downside. This is very quickly about the euro pair. The dollar is still strong, so let's move to the next one, and let that be the gold pair. Where is the gold? Here it is. As you can see guys, the weekly chart, we had a very bullish candlestick last week which broke the trend line and pulled back, closing with a bullish pin bar. Now this candlestick guys can mean a lot. It can be a reversal and we can see another push to the upside, or it can be just a retest of the trend line. Now if we don't draw this trend line to the wicks but to the bodies of the candles, we have this trend line, okay, something more closer to the bodies, and after the break we now can have a retest and then another continuation to the downside. So be very careful with this pair guys. Let's draw back the trend line. I'll actually draw two trend lines. One will be this one and another will be matching the bodies of the candles like this. What else you can see? This correction to the downside, then a breakout, another retest of the trend, and another drop to the downside. So it's pretty messy chart, but it's understandable that if the coronavirus crisis, the mania around it continues, then maybe the buyers will start pushing back the price up, and maybe this move that happened 1 week ago was exactly big banks, big buyers entering the market and looking for future profits to the upside. Now let's take a closer look to the daily chart and see what we have there. Let's draw the last trend lines. In this case I will match the bodies of the candles, and as you can see that after our analysis for the pullback to the upside, we stopped at this resistance area. Now let's draw the daily resistance so we can have it on our map, and as you can see we have already one bearish rejecting candle. Also we have this pin bar which is also another sign of rejection. So the price have two options here, or to break the resistance and to continue higher, or to pull back rejecting the area. Now let's move to the 4-hour and see what we have there. We have some interesting patterns here. There is something like a flag pattern, or if we let maybe this triangle consolidation, and it's beautiful guys, because in this case we only need to wait until Monday or Tuesday to see where the price will break from. If it breaks bearish, then we'll probably see a move as big as is the size of the triangle. So let's take it, let's apply it, and we can take profits at this support area. That's pretty beautiful. But what if we break out bullish like the most triangles do when they come after a bullish move? We can go back and test this resistance area. And this is exactly the same size of the triangle pattern. So this is what we can expect for the next week. Of course, if we get above this resistance, we are targeting the 1830. And this is exactly where is my profit target, because I have already entered a trade after a strong impulse to the upside. I believe it was this bullish candle. Well, that's it for now. So you have two options, guys. Just wait for the breakout. Let's move to the GBPUSD and see what we have there. Of course, after this long-term trend line break, we had some sort of correction, a pullback, a retest, however you want to name it. And the last days the price sold off pretty nicely. Let's go to the 4-hour and see what we have there. We had something like a flag pattern, but it never broke out bullish. On the contrary, it started breaking the lower support areas, and now the price is at the previous lows, which is a support area. Now, of course, with the euro here we can have some pullback, and maybe then, respecting the trend lines, we can have another sell-off. So this is what I personally expect. Of course, we can just respect this double top here. Where is the double top? Here it is. Let me clean the chart so I can show you. Here you have your beautiful double top pattern, not the best one, but we had a breakout, a retest, some sort of correction pullback, and now we are going downwards. As I have told you guys, I expect more bearish moves for the upcoming months, and I will not speak more about that. If we start breaking these previous highs, we can start trending to the upside again, but for now I don't see this as an opportunity. If we check out the GBPJPY trade, I have spoken with you guys about a selling trade starting from here. It was targeting this previous support, and after some correction to the upside, which of course I didn't like, and decided to close all trades with some profits here and with some stop losses here, we had this down move. Now what you can observe here, guys, is the head and shoulders pattern. You have the uptrend, a breakout, a retest, and a right shoulder. So you have the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. Now how we trade this forex pattern? This is your neckline. We wait for a breakout below the neckline. Then the best entry is to wait for a retest of the neckline and sell at the resistance for a nice amount of profit, as big as is the size of the head and shoulders. So we can pretty much get to this area between the 70 and 100% of the total target of the head and shoulders. Because not every time the price will reach the 100% of the target, sometimes it will stop at the 70% and will start pulling back. So be careful with this. Now let's check out where do we have support areas, so we can be more sure about where to take profits. Now around this 70% is a beautiful place to get some profits, because we have a support zone. Another support zone which also can be respected is a little bit lower than the head and shoulders, and we should also be mindful about it. You see all these lows here, all this high, and some consolidation here proves this zone. Of course, we can make some pullback, we can break this trend line and we can start trending to the upside. This is more longer term and also a possible trade, because if we can see, we have another trend line here that might be respected. We never know what the market will do, because it's too many people, too many banks, we all decide collectively. So just observe the chart, guys, calculate the percentages, the size, the chances that you have with your trades, and bet on the better chance. Now let's move to the EURJPY and see what we have there. I'll move to the daily chart, and as you can see, we are still going downwards. So we had this beautiful bullish trend, a breakout, a retest. Where is the retest? Here is the retest of the trend. And here, with some nice selling opportunities, we could start entering the sell positions. Now in this trend, guys, you have beautiful trend line, pretty sharp for now. You have these lows over here and you wait, or you will sell at the high, or you will wait for a breakout above. You will wait for a retest of the trend and you will look for buying opportunities around the previous support area. That's it for this trade, guys. This is pretty bearish chart, so I'm expecting it to continue breaking lower. Let's check also the Dow Jones index. This is the US 30 pair. Let's go to the daily chart and see this beautiful uptrend. And as you can see, the price is respecting the trend, creating this beautiful engulfing pattern, which is pretty much of a buy signal. So I have a buying position here, and the first target which we are about to target is this previous high. If we break that, we can move for some more days higher. Okay guys, this is all for this market. I don't expect a strong bearish moves, but with some bad news for the US economy or for the stock markets, we can see another drop as well. I don't expect that, since we have this massive bullish move on the Friday. Let's analyze something else, guys. Maybe the USDJPY. What we have here, pretty choppy market, and the consolidation not so beautiful to trade. We had one beautiful trending channel, and then a fake breakout, guys. Many traders wait for such breakouts to be longing such pairs without knowing that the most of the breakouts are actually fake, and the price just bounces back and goes in the opposite direction. So be very careful with the breakouts. Not every time strong bullish move means a shoot to the moon. Sometimes it's just overbought price, which requires a good correction, and this is what we have here. Now currently the market is consolidating around this area, so nothing interesting but to sell at the highs and buy the lows. That's it for this market. Let's see, and the USDCAD, I believe there was some strong moves, and yes, with the fall of the price of the oil, let's check out the oil and how the price sold off. Of course, the CAD pair will sell off as well, and this is what we observe on the USDCAD, because the CAD, the Canadian dollar, correlates with the price of the oil as a mass oil producer. So what we have here, we have a downtrend which got broken once, then retested, and we had another buy opportunities along the way. Now we have this uptrend, and maybe we will need some pullback to the uptrend before another bullish move. That would be beautiful, and this is something which I would like to see. Okay guys, I don't want to go too further in this weekly analysis because I don't feel myself very well. Honestly, I had too much job the last 2 weeks. I didn't have a single day off, and I'm just making this Forex video analysis because I know some of you are waiting for it and want to make a double check on your own analysis. So I wish you very successful trading week and stay out of choppy markets like this one where we don't have a trend but just messy ups and downs. Of course, you can buy the lows and sell the highs, but that's not the best market.